Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's been a while since I'm on live stream, so we're gonna have this conversation now. I'm gonna wait for more people to come on in, and I know it's been a while. I miss you guys. It's been a lot of stuff that's happened with me for the last couple of weeks, and I want to just talk to you about it. Um, we're going to go ahead and the topic. Stephen A. Smith is at it again. We're going to talk about also about that and other news that happened. I'm going to receive a lot of video on social media that's explaining everything. That's what's going on. We dealing with an incident that happened when L.A. County Sheriff's deputies threatened in his car. It's just so much stuff that's going on. So I'm just gonna wait for more people to come on in. Um, and if you're a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan like myself, I want to congratulate my team of clinching the number one seed in the NFC for the playoffs. We won a division title as well. But I know this is not the reason why I'm coming on live. I got a lot of all the other stuff that's going on after. I'm going to talk about the Stephen A. Smith, the Molly Curran situation on ESPN. But there's another stuff that I want to talk about as well that's quite interesting. And so probably going to wait for more people to come on in, and so we can really talk about what's going on. So we're going to wait for more people to come on in, but um, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on the live stream, so we're gonna wait for a lot of people to come on in. So I hope you have a good Monday. Um, I'm gonna be doing live streams periodically because I'm gonna be doing more cruises, and I'm gonna be traveling international, and of course I'm taking you guys with me when I go, and I'm just gonna do a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff is going on right now, and I'm just happy that I'm back. Now, I was going to do a live stream. I don't know what's going on with Anchor right now. I have issues with Anchor at the moment. I was going to do a live stream, but unfortunately, I don't know. Anchor keeps cutting me off, or I don't know. It's my phone that I'm using right now, but hopefully, it'll get fixed pretty soon. Hopefully, and I just like to welcome each and every one of you guys. Make sure if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like. Make sure you subscribe my channel. Make sure you like this live stream, share this live stream to your family and friends that you know. We're going to cook some game real quick, and I'm just going to basically going to go ahead and in the next few minutes or so, around about 11:35 my time. Well, it's almost 11:35, about a minute my time. We're going to go ahead and get started. Um, it's a lot of stuff going on in the world. And the thing of it is that, and plus you can ask me a lot of questions on the stories that I missed. I would love to answer all your questions because now I am an open book about everything you want to talk about. So with that being said, I'm about to get started on this topic. And then we're going to talk about other news. If you have any questions on news that I didn't touch on, you can ask questions and I will respond. I will answer, correctly in any other questions that you want to ask me. Because I did miss a lot of stories that I need to catch up on. I remember there's a lot of stuff that's happening with me, but I'm glad that I'm back. Again, I miss you guys, and I'm just happy to be back on my live stream once again. So, with that being said, let's get started. Now, Stephen A. Smith and Molly Curran out of ESPN. Now the topic is that Stephen A. Smith did it again. And for those of you that didn't know what happened, UFC owner Dana White was caught on video slapping his wife at a nightclub. Now, on ESPN's First Take, there's a different tone between Stephen A. Smith and Molly Curran, right? So they say they claiming that Dana White was their friend, especially Stephen A. Smith. Now, remember, Stephen A. Smith, made basically a mockery, and he was backlash for attacking Kyrie Irving over a link to Amazon video, you know, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America, and he's making a mockery and a backlash of that. And basically now and then remember he did the same thing with the Jerry Jones. He defended Jerry Jones in a 1957 photo of what happened to him when he was 14 years old, and basically 14 or 15 years old. So now when this Dana White situation came out, they have a different tone. They talk calmly. Their voice was calm. So I think the ESPN execs telling them, don't say nothing disrespectful about Dana White, or don't say anything bad about Dana White. Say something positive on the air. So remember Molly Curran, also the host of First Take, remember she said a lot of stuff about black athletes. For example, remember she had that smoke on Deshaun Watson, sexual assault charges. He said a lot of stuff, right? And basically now she's calmly herself claiming that, as a woman, I'm just paraphrasing, of course, as a woman that she hit him first and he her. See the differences that what she said. I look at this and I say, well, ESPN. I think the ESPN got into their ears. At least talk bad about black athletes, but don't say anything about Jerry Jones or Dana White. And knowing they're doing some crazy stuff, and knowing in 1957 about Jerry Jones, what he did during that time in Little Rock. I even explained to you on one of my videos on my podcast what Jerry Jones has done. And obviously, I guess they don't want this, turn to be a racial issue, but to me, it is a racial issue. You talk bad about, honestly, you really talk bad about Kyrie Irving. You talk bad about Deshaun Watson. And, with the sexual assault charges against Deshaun Watson. And all of a sudden, when it comes to, y'all had a different tune. And I would give a shout out to Professor Black Truth. And he made a statement that even an unnamed ESPN, who worked for ESPN, said that they was told not to say negative about Dana White. Make it say something positive, like we've been friends and blah, 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 blah. See how the tone has been changed? But when you talk about Deshaun Watson, when it talked about Ray Rice, when it talked about Kyrie Irving, y'all had that smoke. But then turn around when Jerry Jones's picture came up in 1957, and now Dana White got caught on video at a nightclub slapping his wife. But then you see Molly Curran say, well, she did slap him first. Wait a second. So you're claiming that, she slapped, and I understand that people getting sensitive, whatever, but yet, and really you say that she did slap him first, and as a woman, nobody put hands on each other. Y'all don't have that same energy with Ray Rice, right? Remember what happened with Ray Rice and his wife. His wife even admitted of hitting, Ray Rice first, or slapping Ray Rice first, right? And that's before the elevator incident. And she admitted she spit at Ray Rice. And then that, all this melee happened. After that, the NFL don't want Ray Rice. He was kicked off the team over this incident. And then you think about the Kyrie Irving situation. We just linked to a movie, an Amazon Prime documentary, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. But the thing of it is that he lost some of his endorsements, lost a Nike endorsement because of this. And Stephen A. Smith has condemned all three of them. Both Ray Rice, Kyrie Irving, condemned them. But then when the Jerry Jones scandal came out, with that photo, in North Little Rock when they refused to even let black students in their school at the time. And then all of a sudden, now you got Dana White. You want to defend them too. It's like ESPN executives is whispering to these anchors saying, yo, you better not say negative about, Dana White. What's going on, Jose? What's good, brother? So when you really think about powers that be is picking and choosing stories you can condemn or you can't condemn. And here's why I said this is going to be a problem later on ESPN. I'm going to tell you why I believe that. I think a lot of black sports fans is going to look at this and say, I'm not watching ESPN. People on Twitter already make that decision. They said we're not watching ESPN, not First Take anyway. Some of them either watch, videos on YouTube, or they go on Fox Sports 1 to watch, the news coverage, whatever. But the point I'm making is that Stephen A. Smith has been, I can't even put it like this. I'm not going to say these words because I know YouTube has issues with that, with this thing, and it may not probably flag in my live stream or whatever. But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? That ESPN is going to lose viewership, especially with black men is watching this. They're seeing what Stephen A. Smith, basically, they're seeing Stephen A. Smith. They're seeing how Molly Curran operates. Hello, 214 Ladybug Adams, welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, click the notification bell for all the news, commentaries, and live streams that I'm about to do. And I could welcome to people that's new to my channel. Welcome with open arms. But like this, what's going to happen because Stephen A. Smith already, not trusting with the black community. However, they're not trusting Stephen A. Smith's words because he knows, when you defend Jerry Jones and now you're defending Dana White, the UFC owner, who saw it was caught on video. It ain't like there's articles and talk about he was captured on video slapping his wife. Even though she hit him first, she slapped him first, he slapped her. And everybody tried to defend that. Everybody tried to defend Dana White. This is why I said that with the coming to Stephen A. Smith and the Molly Currans in the world, we can't believe what everybody say because the executives of ESPN whispering into their ears and say, you better not say negative about Dana White. You can say anything about any black athletes or black executives, but don't you dare say anything negative about Dana White or Jerry Jones. Not at all. That's the problem. This is the problem that we have as Americans, ladies and gentlemen. They rather pick and choose stories they can condemn, they can point fingers at, or they're not going to say, oh, don't say nothing. Because they know that even the other side of the community, they do the exact same thing. Now, I'm sorry. I still think that Ray Rice got booted out. And even though this is when it comes to domestic violence, people are sensitive with this topic. They're very sensitive with this topic. But at the same time, you see the double standards when it comes to mainstream media and when it comes to sports media, especially ESPN. Now, Stephen A. Smith had that smoke when it comes to, let me keep it, Stephen A. Smith got some smoke when it comes to Ray Rice at the time. He had that smoke when it comes to Kyrie Irving. Make all kind of smoke and other athletes who was accused of domestic violence. Look what happened. I'm trying to remember the running back from the Cleveland Browns now. Kareem Hunt. Now, remember when he was in Cleveland? I think that it was an incident that happened with a white woman and him, and a lot of people didn't know what really happened behind the scenes. But it made Kareem Hunt like they doing with Ray Rice at the time. But they failed to realize what happened between Kareem Hunt and that white young lady at that time. And people talk about Kareem Hunt need to be in jail. I think he was. I think he was charged or something of domestic violence, but they didn't give the real story. They not even wait till the entire story came out. It turns out that the white lady, I think Ray Rice, excuse me, not Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt was refusing to even allow this white girl in the hotel room at the time. And I think that Kareem Hunt was playing with the Kansas City Chiefs at the time. And she called him the N word and all that kind of stuff. So he kicked her out. And ever since then, all hell broke loose. And I'm telling you this right now, people are putting it's in bits of stories in the sports media, in the mainstream media, don't even know. They hadn't even waited until the entire story came out. This is how sad this is, ladies and gentlemen. It's sad because people doesn't wait for the facts to come out. They put it's and piece of stories and say, okay, that's good, and without even more stories is coming out. They left some real issues of why things are happening. They left that out. But see, this is the problem. And I'm telling you this right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I said that sometimes we in the black community, and we already know Stephen A. Smith. We've been knowing him. How he changes tune. He don't act belligerent, just like they did with black athletes when they did wrong. You notice that on First Take when he talk about the Dana White situation, he was calm. He was, his voice was changed. He's changing his tune. Like the Marty Curran, she changed her tune because normally if it's Deshaun Watson, if it's Ray Rice, oh, she will get in. Oh, how dare they come? How dare they still playing football? How dare they do this, and this? They should have been out the league, blah, 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 blah. This is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. It's frustrating as black athletes that I know a lot of people don't want to hear the outside noise, but it's sad enough that black sports fans have to hear all of this without knowing what really happened behind the scenes. It's just like I think it was yesterday. It was the Pittsburgh Steelers game that a celebration happened when you had a respirator when you did this. And this is before. This is after. I'm sorry. This is after what happened to this young man in Buffalo that collapsed, nearly died that night. But luckily, he was feeling better. He was breathing on his own, as I've been told. He was like 50%, have 50% oxygen, breathing on his own. But he was felt a lot better. But you got people who are so ignorant. And then this dude could have died, and they made a mockery out of using respirators as a celebration. I think it was a Pittsburgh Steeler game. But the point I'm making is this, ladies and gentlemen, is that people like Stephen A. Smith and Molly Curran, pick and choose who they can condemn, who they can point fingers at. And it's not right. Hold on, guys. What's up? Oh, appreciate it. You're an Eagles fan? Oh, yeah, we have a city right here. Yeah. For Verizon, I've been noticing because I'm from the DMV, I'm from the East Coast, but we got Verizon all over the East Coast, so I feel you on that. I'd say about 30 dollars a month at least. Yeah, it's fair. I'm using for like I'm a YouTuber, so I'm doing live streams and everything. and stuff like that. So I'm losing commentary, but yeah, I always do lose commentary about stories that happen. No. No, I'm Medicaid, but I am a federal employer. I'm a federal employee. I work for the federal government. No. Basically, I've been living here for only at least 3 years, only 3 years in April. So I've been working, like I said, for the Postal Service for 3 years. And I already get benefits from my employer. Yeah. Mhm. I checked this. Sometimes you get 2 gigs with a lot of other stuff, like you can't check it right. Okay, can I think about it? Um, all right, then. You too. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. I know you're probably hearing what's going on. It's just the guy from Verizon. But anyway, let's get back to Stephen A. Smith. I think that both Stephen A. Smith and Molly Curran obviously had, when it comes to ESPN as a whole, you gotta listen to your bosses. Your boss is going to tell them what to say, what not to say. But it's kind of funny that you condemn one person or one athlete, but when it comes to CEOs like Dana White or Jerry Jones, they act a certain way. It's called white privilege. So, so with that being said, let's move on. There's other news that needs to be talked about. A rapper in Los Angeles, and basically is in LA. LASD, is Los Angeles Sheriff's Deputy, was basically threatening to shoot the brother until they talk him down. Really, this is just a continuation of what's going on in the U.S. And it's really sad that we have other stuff that's going on. But here's the situation, people. When you see a police officer, and this, I know this is in different communities, but because my parents, and I know a lot of parents that grows up, especially if you're a black male, they taught us how to handle police officers in a respectable manner. Because they know for a fact, we already know all the other incidents that happen. So They taught us, what to do if you get stopped by police. You comply no matter what it is. You comply. They ask you for your driver's license, give it to them, or your registration, give it to them. And like I say, I mean, it's important to put if you're a driver, you have to put your hands on the steering wheel, making sure you're not a threat. So they're teaching us how to handle situations. How to handle the situation with police officers. And you see stories that happen across America. But ladies and gentlemen, it shows you that we as a community, this is a continuation of this, and people still haven't learned about the George Floyd thing. It's sad. It's still going on. It's still going on today. Um, on a personal note, about 2 weeks from now is the anniversary of my family member's death. For those of you that don't know, um, about January 22nd, 2014, Garrick Hopkins and Carl Hopkins Jr. from West Virginia was murdered by a white neighbor. And this what's so funny about it is that the mainstream media didn't want to talk about this story. Um, Only person that talk about this story is YouTube content creators and Fox News, and we all know why. Some is because of political, some is because that the story needs to come out. Um, what I'm gonna do, like on the anniversary of their deaths, I'm gonna tell you guys about them. So even though now I have a platform, I can tell you guys about what's going on and what happened to them the day of January 22nd, 2014. My family's still grieving because of that. But it shows you that America hasn't changed. It hasn't changed a bit. It's still lots of thing going on right now. Um, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Now, Tory Lanez, as you know, let's do entertainment for a minute. R&B singer Tory Lanez, we all know, has been found guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. There's been a lot of stuff that's happening with this case. Um, and I'm gonna tell you like this is that, the prosecution of this case didn't show evidence that Tory did it. And basically, there's basically reasonable doubt on all of these cases. But still, they found this man guilty. But there's been another report of the Tory Lanez investigation for the person. Now, sentencing the 27th of this month. Now I've been told there's another court date for Tory Lanez on, I believe, tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be probably tomorrow. And it has to do with the botched witness, with the witness, Sean Kelly. And we've been told that Sean Kelly, it's witness tampering, and there's going to be a good chance that Tory Lanez might reduce his sentencing. We're just going to be wait and see about this. But yeah, there's been another court date for Tory Lanez tomorrow about witness tampering with Sean Kelly. Now, I might be wrong. If y'all wrong, let me know in the comment section on this live stream. But yeah, I think if it's Sean Kelly, because I've been noticing that the main witness in the situation, that Sean Kelly was pushed by prosecutors to say this, and this. But I know for a fact that, when it comes to the Sean Kelly situation, he was the main witness to the entire situation of what happened between Tory, Meg, and Kelsey. And then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose, blah, 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 blah. But the reality is that there's some news that Tory Lanez had to go to another court tomorrow. According to Milagro from Milagro Grams. So Milagro was claiming that I heard from another content creator on YouTube Milagro Graham's just saying that there's been another court date for Tory Lanez tomorrow. Um, talk about a botch or witness tampering when it comes to Sean Kelly. So we're gonna be waiting to see if this is true. Then the three things that Tory was accused of that was found guilty might be reduced or might be dropped completely. But I will keep you posted on that as well. But um, so at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to probably end this podcast with this. I'm gonna do a lot of podcast. I'm gonna not podcast. I'm gonna end this YouTube live stream with this, but I'm gonna do a lot of cruising. I'm gonna do a lot of cruising internationally as well. I'm gonna take you guys with me, but I'm also have a I got a lot to say about me personally, but I'm not gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this in a later date about where I found out about my history, about my family's history. That's really interesting. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say at the moment. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to my live stream. I will do another live stream this weekend, which is Martin Luther King holiday. Talk about Dr. King. I will definitely will end up talking about that this weekend. So I hope you have a great Monday. Stay safe and have a good one. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. And remember, make sure you like my live stream and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're new and click the notification for all the news, commentary, and live streams that I'm about to do. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you guys. I'm out. Deuces.